everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be making an easy peach cobbler. This is an easy recipe that I found. My family loves it and it comes out absolutely delicious. I hope you enjoy watching my video. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to be doing is putting a little bit of melted butter in my pan. And I'm just using my little brush here, putting some on the, pretty much on the bottom, just so, you know, it can make sure it gets golden brown. Make sure the crust get golden brown. So I'm just spreading some around here. And then the remainder of the butter is gonna go over the crust before the peaches. The next thing I am going to do is carefully unroll this pie crust. And I'm using 2 for the bottom of the baking dish. So I'm gonna gently place 1 inside the baking dish, and I'm just going to kind of press it up on the sides. I'm just trying to make sure I don't have any air pockets. Just push it up against the sides. Okay, now I'm getting the second one and very carefully unrolling it. And it's going to layer a little bit over in the middle, but that's okay. And just kind of press it on the sides. Just try to make sure that you don't have air pockets. And then I'm going to kind of press it down here. Okay, so now I have it lined in the pan. Well, I have both of them lined in the pan. And I just, you know, pressed it to try to take the little creases out. And I'm going to go ahead and pour my butter and just kind of, this is what I like to do. Just kind of spread the butter around the crust. And I also forgot to mention that I'll be using 1 cup of granulated sugar. So I'm going to go ahead and put my pie crust dish aside. And I'm going to get my peaches. I am going to use about 1/2 cup on this, little more than 1/2 cup. Let me stir this. Now, just so you know, this is an easy recipe. So it's not, you know, from scratch. It's just an easy peach cobbler recipe that comes out really, really good. I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of nutmeg, ground nutmeg. And it's to your liking. add some ground cinnamon. Go ahead and stir this up. Okay, now I am going to be pouring in my sliced peaches. And I will also be putting in my diced peaches. And the reason why I dice up one of the cans of peaches is so that when you take your bite of your peach cobbler, you get some smaller pieces in there. That's just what I like to do. I am going to add a little bit more cinnamon. And I did forget to mention that I am keeping a little bit of melted butter so I can brush the top of the crust once I put it on. I'm going to go ahead and add the rest of the sugar. Might not need that. It's, you know, the sugar is to your liking. Some people like their peach cobbler really sweet and some people don't. I think my family prefers it sweet. Okay, now that I have added a little bit more cinnamon, I'm going to go ahead and put this aside. I'm going to get another pie crust and carefully unroll it. And I kind of like to flatten out the edges. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my knife and I am going to cut some strips. And they're about an inch wide. You can do it, you know, if you want to make them wider, but I normally just do an inch. And I just took the edge off. What I'm going to do is move this to the side, off to the side. I am going to bring my baking dish here with the peaches. And I am going to start layering the top of the pie crust. So what I'm going to do is layer it like this. Hope you can see it. And take another one. And what I do is I just press it to the side, just so it kind of sticks a little bit. This is going to be delicious. And I kind of fold the edges just so they, you know, fit right in the pan. You can see I'm kind of just lining it up. I'm folding the edges and pressing them into the existing pie crust. Now I'm I'm going to layer it another way, and I'm going to just kind of stretch it out a little bit, kind of press it into the sides. And the same thing with this one. Stretch it out a little bit and press it onto the sides. So it's going to look like a waffle type print. I think what I'm going to do with this one, it's a little short. So I am going to add the other piece to it. Kind of just press it down there. So I extended it. And then I'm going to push it onto the sides. And I just press it so everything is even when it cooks. And then I will take one of my other pie crusts. And one of the pie crusts, you're only going to use a small piece to finish the pie. So what I normally will do is either save the extra, because you can save it for quite some time. So I'm going to go ahead and stretch it out. And this is a really, really easy recipe. So your dish should look like this. And then I will go ahead and bake it in a preheated oven at 375 for about 40 to 45 minutes. So what I'm going to do next is, with the remaining butter, I'm going to just brush a little bit of butter on the tops of the crust. And on the sides. And I already have my oven preheated at, like I said, 375, and you're going to bake it for about 40 to 45 minutes. This is going to be absolutely delicious. My family loves peach cobbler. Okay, that is all ready to go in the oven. I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle a little bit more cinnamon on the top. And again, this is to your liking. This is something that I like to do. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and take our peach cobbler out of the oven. Be very careful because it's nice and hot. I'm going to put it on top of my cooling rack. Ooh. I don't want it to fall over because it's bubbling pretty good. It's nice and bubbly, nice and hot, looking good. I'm going to let it cool for about a good 20 minutes, and then I'm going to cut into it, and we're going to give it a try. I'm going to go ahead and cut a piece, and I see here that it's still not a little solid, so I'm going to let it settle for a little while longer before I cut a piece and enjoy it. So I went ahead and served myself a piece I'm gonna give it a try. Looks really good. It smells really, really good. Mmm. 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 Delicious. And also, just so you know, if you like your peach cobbler a little bit, you know, juicier or drier, it's up to you. I used 3 cans of the juice from my peaches. You can use 2 if you want it a little bit more dry. It's up to you. Perfect sweetness. I hope you enjoyed watching my video. Thank you. See you again.